In a run power football team, sometimes they're using unbalanced line, and the problem is they have no margin for error against a team like the San Diego Chargers. Yes. They cannot make any mistakes at all to have a chance to win this game. San Diego has one of the best offenses in the league. That's the problem with this game for Cincinnati.
Well, here's the other problem with the Bengals, and Jim Nantz alluded to it, and so did you, Coach. From a pure football perspective, forget the fact that they're playing with a heavy heart because they're missing one of their teammates because he passed away this week. Their passing game has gone south since Chris Henry left their lineup back in Week 8. So you take a look at what they were doing. Before that, they had 14 touchdown passes. Since then, they only have 3. The other aspect here is, too, I think their offensive line coach, Paul Alexander, has got a much bigger say in the meeting rooms now with Bob Gronkowski. He's telling us, we can run it, we can run it, we can run it against anybody. And they're taking away the $12 million quarterback that they have in Carson Palmer.
All right, all good stuff, fellas. Thank you so much. All right, it's time for our NFL Today Football Face-Off presented by Walmart. Now, I asked the guys a question, while our viewers weigh in by texting the number of the question, followed by their letter choice to 88222. You can also go to cbssports.com/faceoff. Message and data rates may apply. See full details online. And remember, votes are only accepted until the end of the show. All right, here we go. Carolina cornerback Chris Gamble said Randy Moss, quote, shut it down in last Sunday's game. This week, New England head coach Bill Belichick and Tom Brady defended Randy Moss. By the way, the owner did as well. Did Moss quit? That's the question. A is yes. B is no. Let's start with Dan.
Well, I'm going to say he did, and it's very disappointing to see a guy like that. And he is an incredible player, an incredible receiver, but sometimes when you get double coverage, you have to go hard no matter what for the integrity of the pattern. There's other players on that field who are trying to get open, and as Tom Brady is a quarterback, he has to rely on a receiver to do that sometimes. If you get double coverage, you still have to go hard. He is a great player, and he'll overcome it. But, yes, that was disappointing last week.
Oh, Dan, please. Don't overreact. I mean, this has been, let me tell you something. It's no different than it's ever been any year. Randy Moss has a nonchalant gallop about him, and there's no question about it. And sometimes it looks like he could go harder. But let me say this with Chris Gamble. It's easy to say, yeah, we got into his head. He had a safety over the top, too. This guy still demands
That's why he has
to
go
team.
hard, so you get one-on-one on the other side.
He demands a double team, 69 receptions. He's got 10 touchdowns. This guy still, from his head coach to his owner, they know that he is the heart and soul of that offense. They need to have him. He did not quit.
Right?
That's just
well,
Randy
you
Moss.
know what? According to the viewers, 75% say he did quit. Charlie Cassidy's videotape, remember, showed that Randy did play better this past week. All right, let's move to the next one. Last week, Denver wide receiver Brandon Marshall set an NFL record with 21 receptions in a game. Who is the best receiver in the league? Is it A, the Cardinals' Larry Fitzgerald, B, the Texans' Andre Johnson, or C, Denver's Brandon Marshall? Those are the 3. Weigh in, viewers. Shannon.
JB, if you put all 3 in a bag and I reached in and pulled out one, I would not be disappointed. Now, Larry Fitzgerald, he has the best catch window in NFL history other than Chris Carter. But I'm going to take Brandon Marshall. 2 of the 4 best receiving days in NFL history. 6'4", 230 pounds, the best run after the catch receiver in the National Football League. And I know he had some off-the-field problems. I know he had a little flare-up in training camp. But I think all that's behind him. You look at Brandon Marshall going for his third 100-catch season. You have to admit, Coach, he is unbelievable. I'll take Brandon Marshall.
Okay, and I pulled out Brandon Marshall. I put him back in the bag, and I pulled out right now Larry Fitzgerald. Larry Fitzgerald right now is clearly the best receiver. He's got more touchdowns than Brandon Marshall. He's got 1 less catch. And yet they're sitting there right now, and people look at him and they say, oh, a quiet year by Larry Fitzgerald. Let me just go back a very short time ago. The playoffs of 2008, 30 catches, over 20 yards of reception, 7 touchdowns in 4 games.
Season, but
I'm going to say this. Larry Fitzgerald's got the best hands in football.
Marshall.
He can high point a ball better, and he is a class act. You can count him every week.
Uh-oh, Coach, I hate to get bad news.
Viewers, to the degree of 55% say Brandon Marshall. Hey, you know what? Calvin Johnson's going to figure in this equation somewhere along the way, too. All right, up next. Who is the defensive player of the year? Is it A, Denver's Elvis Dumervil, B, the Jets' Darrelle Revis, C, Darren Sharper of the Saints, or D, the Packers' Charles Woodson? Boomer.
Guys, clearly all the statistics point towards Charles Woodson, and I would say I second that. And the reason I say that is because we all know up here just what Charles Woodson does week in and week out for the Green Bay Packers. The best wide receiver, the best tight end, whoever is your best receiver, he's covering them and shutting down for the first-ranked or second-ranked defense in football. Charles Woodson.
Boomer, if I was still playing, I'd use Charles Woodson like a credit card. Just cash him in anytime I want it. Alvis Dumerville is the guy that should be the MVP. Elvis Dumerville should be the guy that MVP. He has 15 sacks. He's the guy that makes a difference in the game. He's the guy that should be the MVP.
Come on. Viewers say Charles Woodson.
There we go.
You know what? Dwight Freeney belongs in that conversation as well. Thanks for playing along with us. Coming up, we'll take you first on the field. We'll do that after this.
You know that other airlines charge up to $20 just for your first bag?
That's ridiculous. That's crazy.
They charge up to $30 for your second bag.
And my kids, too?
Your kids' bags, too. So imagine there's you, your wife, your kids, and you all have bags.
Somebody's not going on this trip.
If you're planning a trip, remember, bags fly free only on Southwest. Save up to $100 or more, maybe a lot more.
Well, how about if I just send my bags on vacation and I'll stay home?
Right?
Is she awake?
Just fell asleep. Where are you up? It's 2 a.m.
It's not just 2 a.m. It's 2 a.m. Christmas morning. It's our first Christmas as a family. I couldn't wait.
Levion Jewelry, featuring Levion chocolate diamonds. Levion, one more reason Kay is the #1 jewelry store in America.
You think she'll remember this Christmas?
I know I will.
Every kiss begins with K.
Taste the carnival. With powdered sugar and a sweet dipping sauce, try new funnel cake sticks. Served all day at Burger King.
No matter what life throws at you, you can take the heat till it turns into heartburn. You've got what it takes. Zantac. It's strong, fast, lasting relief. So let them turn up the heat. You can stop that heartburn cold. Zantac.
Now you can get the latest name brand cell phones where you already save. Well, actually, just a few rows over in Walmart's expanded electronics department. Get unbeatable prices on new, fully activated Verizon Wireless, T-Mobile, or AT&T phones. They're a lot closer than you think. Save money, live better. Walmart.
Coach Edwards, why do you play football?
You play to win the game.
Really? I play to just play it.
You don't play to just play it.
I play to meet people.
I play for exercise.
I play for the cold Coors Light afterwards.
It's age cold. It's cold.
Hi, you're interrupting. Frost Brewed is where it's at.
Frost Brewed Coors Light, official beer sponsor of the NFL.
I play for the camaraderie.
Get out.
You got it.
He came back for another shot at the playoffs. You can too. NFL.com Fantasy Playoff Challenge is back. It's free. And you could win a trip to Super Bowl 45. You thought the fantasy season was over. Sign up now at NFL.com/fantasy. You want the NFL? Go to the NFL.
The NFL Today on CBS Sports is presented by Southwest Airlines.
And welcome back to the NFL Today, where Coors Light takes you first on the field. The Browns and the Chiefs are about to do battle, so let's head out to Kansas City, where Ian Eagle and Rich Gannon are standing by. Gentlemen.
JB, two teams who are nearly mirror images of one another go head-to-head today here in Kansas City, the Cleveland Browns and the Kansas City Chiefs from Arrowhead Stadium. And welcome to the broadcast booth, everybody. I'm Ian Eagle. Normally, this time of year in December, teams want the focus to be what's happening on the football field. Unfortunately for the Cleveland Browns, that has not been the case this week. It's what's happening off the field. Headline stories regarding Mike Holmgren, who met with the team earlier this week about a job heading up football operations. What does that mean for the future of current head coach Eric Mangini? He's in the first year of a 4-year deal. That remains to be seen. Unfortunately for the Browns, the timing is not all that great. I'm joined by Rich Gannon, my broadcast partner. They're coming off their best win of the season over the Pittsburgh Steelers 10 days ago in a game that really saw the defense come alive against the defending champions.
Yeah, it's as good as I've seen the Browns play on defense. They played fast. They were physical against the Steelers. They had a season-high 8 sacks. They held them to just 216 yards of offense and 2 field goals. Now, the big question is, can they follow up that performance with another strong effort here today?
Offensively, Brady Quinn didn't make a whole lot of plays last week. Really hasn't made a whole lot of plays last month. He's played better, hasn't made mistakes. That has been a big part of the storyline. No interceptions. His main weapon, it's been Joshua Cribbs.
Yeah, the Browns have their own version of the Wildcat, and Joshua Cribbs is the main attraction. Now, he's a team's second leading rusher, averaging 7.2 a carry, and this package of plays has really evolved the last couple of weeks. As a defense, you always need to keep in mind that Joshua Cribbs was a quarterback in college.
Well, we talked about the victory for the Cleveland Browns over the Steelers. You have to go back 4 weeks ago. Kansas City Chiefs beat the Pittsburgh Steelers. Chiefs felt this was going to be a breakthrough win for the organization in their development. It hasn't happened. They haven't won since. Matt Cassel, quarterback for the Kansas City Chiefs. The early season struggles seem to be back for this offense. Where's Cassel at right now?
Well, it's been a couple difficult weeks for Matt Cassel and the Chiefs. He was pulled 2 weeks ago against Denver. He came back last week and threw 4 interceptions versus Buffalo. He's hardly put up the kind of numbers the Chiefs were hoping for when they made the trade for him, but I still believe this guy's got a chance.
And he's got Dwayne Bowe back in the lineup, returning from a 4-game suspension. Bowe should be a big part of this offense for KC.
Yeah, he should. You know, it's been a tough month for him. He was been out. It's been very hard to watch. He's back, though. His legs are fresh, and he told us he's going to have a big day today. He's an extremely talented receiver, but he has been inconsistent. The good news for the Chiefs, they get one of their playmakers back today.
Let's talk defense. The Gannon film study, stopping the run. It's been a major chore.
Yeah, when you study the defense, it's not as bad as the numbers would indicate, but it's the little things. Taking a block on with your wrong shoulder. This is their best defensive player, Tom Bahali. They don't get that taken care of. It should be a tackle for a loss. Instead, they give up a big run. Right here, they don't do a good job sealing the backside. Huge seam in this defense. And the other thing is, they don't do a good job getting off the blocks. These are the things they need to get straightened up today.
Plan time right now for today's Home Depot Tools to Victory.
Well, I mentioned Josh Cribbs' involvement in the Wildcat earlier. He also may be the best return man in the NFL right now. In fact, he's the reigning AFC Special Teams Player of the Week. And with Larry Johnson no longer in the picture, Jamal Charles has stepped in and he's been solid. In fact, he's coming off a career-high 143 rushing yards last week. He has been impressive.
And let's check out today's game points, Rich.
Well, Turk talking with Eric Mangini last night. He's concerned about this Chiefs no-huddle approach on third down. He believes the key will be to communicate early and be efficient. For Kansas City, Chiefs struggles. They struggle getting off to fast starts. In fact, they haven't scored an offensive touchdown in the first quarter all season. They can't afford to get behind early in this one.
And for more Home Depot player stats, log on to CBSSports.com. We've got the Browns and the Chiefs coming up, the 21st all-time meeting between these two franchises. Keep it right here on CBS.
Merry Christmas from Kansas City!
He's the head of 300 million Christians, and he says he's being crucified. Why? The answer on 60 Minutes tonight.
Catch the new comedy, Accidentally on Purpose, Monday, only CBS.
You are watching NFL Sunday Ticket.
Want to transform your room? Get a Fathead. A Fathead is an enormous graphic that sticks to your wall. Life-size athletes, gigantic logos, and much more. Log on to fathead.com, where you'll find hundreds of images. And right now, when you buy any Fathead, we'll give you a second one for a half price. And that's not all. For a limited time, when you enter the code at the bottom of your screen, we'll ship your entire order for free. Go to fathead.com while this offer's still good and transform your room with Fathead.
San Diego's hoping for a divisional title this holiday season. Tennessee's looking to steal a win from under their tree. Chargers Titans, Christmas at 7, a special holiday edition of Thursday Night Football on NFL Network. You want the NFL? Go to the NFL.
Of all the holidays, this is the season of sharing, when even the smallest gesture can bring warmth to your heart. So, in the spirit of giving, Hyundai is spreading a little extra comfort and joy. Now, during Hyundai holidays, you can get 0% APR financing for up to 60 months on a 2010 Sonata. And make no payments for 90 days. Plus, you'll get America's best warranty and the peace of mind of Hyundai Assurance. See? You're not that hard to shop for.
We started with over 1 billion colors, generously added more than 2 million liquid crystal pixels, combined 960 backlighting LEDs with 240 flawless scenes per second, made it 50% more energy efficient, and it all came down to one thing. The new 55-inch True LED from Vizio. Superior picture performance, superior price from America's #1 LCD HD TV company.
Dear PlayStation, just got my PS3. So what you got?
What do I got? 2 words, montage.
Tight.
PS3, now $299.
PlayStation.
Happy holidays, everybody. Week 15, the NFL on CBS. And we join you from Kansas City, Missouri, where the Chiefs play host to the Cleveland Browns. And today's game is brought to you in stunning Sony high definition. We'll have the opening kick. Chiefs and Browns next on CBS.
Presenting Subway Fresh Buzz, a look at football's most buzzworthy teams, brought to you by Subway, home of the famous $5 footlong. Subway, eat fresh. There's plenty to cheer for in Minnesota. With big plays from number 96, Brian Robinson, and number 23, Cedric Griffin on defense, and running back Adrian Peterson on offense, the Vikings are 1 win away from a division title.
We're going to do it like this. $5 foot long. That's not, no, it's $5. $5 foot. Right, no, and it's $5 foot long. It's 3.
It's a 30-second commercial.
Is he directing this now?
I was doing it right, wasn't I?
Build your Subway famous $5 footlong like a spicy Italian stacked your way from the bread up with the meats, cheeses, and veggies you want. Your flavors on
$5 footlong.
CBS Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
December Sunday in Kansas City, actually quite pleasant today. 41 degrees, a little bit windy. Forecast calls for sunny skies the rest of the afternoon. Todd Haley, 3-10 in his first year as a head coach in the National Football League. Has a long-term relationship with Eric Mangini, going back to days when they were both assistant coaches on Bill Parcells' staff in the late 90s with the New York Jets. Cleveland Browns have won the toss. Ryan Suckup will kick it off for Kansas City. And Josh Cribbs, AFC the Special Teams Player of the Week, will be the return man, looking to set the new record for most kickoff returns for a touchdown in a career. We're underway from Arrowhead. Cribbs from the 7. Slowed down as he crossed the 20 and brought down as he hit the 25-yard line. Chiefs get down the field in a hurry with Justin Rogers, limit Cribbs to a 20-yard return on special teams. Cleveland Browns open up with the football, and Brady Quinn now 2-9 as a starter in the NFL. A 13-6 victory over Pittsburgh last Thursday night. He's gone 145 straight passing attempts without an interception. That's the longest active streak in the NFL right now. Open up with a double tight end set. Royal and Gaines, Harrison and Vickers are in the backfield for Cleveland. On a 1st and 10 from the 25. Handoff to Harrison. He's got a running lane. And Harrison shoots through the hole. Good block from Vickers. Harrison with a strong run on 1st down. Take a look at this Cleveland offense. Rex Hadnot is active, but he's backing up Floyd Womack, known as Pork Chop, at that right guard position. 9-yard gain, by the way, for Harrison. Backs and receivers, you'll see Harrison and you'll see Chris Jennings. Rookie out of Arizona, had his first NFL touchdown last week in that win over Pittsburgh. On a 2nd and 1. A little bit of trickery. Harrison picks his way for a 1st down out across the 35-yard line. So the Browns get a new set of downs to work with. Injuries for Kansas City defensively. Glenn Dorsey is out with a knee injury, so Alex McGee makes his first NFL start. Linebackers, Mike Vrabel, he's an Ohio native. And in the secondary, John McGraw will split time with DeJuan Morgan. McGraw's not 100%. He's been dealing with a hand injury. Joshua Cribbs lining up in the backfield now will shift to the outside. On a 1st and 10 for Cleveland. Shotgun formation for Quinn. Rush is coming. He gets rid of it. And incomplete through the hands of Michael Gaines, the 6-year veteran tight end. It'll be 2nd and 10 for the Browns.
Boy, that one came out hot, and that's one of the things with Brady Quinn. You're throwing to a tight end like that, you got to take a little bit off sometimes. I mean, Michael Gaines was right in front of him. He threw that one. He threw a fastball to him. Really didn't give him a chance to see. You can see how he gets his head around. Look how fast and high. When you throw to tight ends and backs, you have to put it on them.
You've watched a lot of film on Brady Quinn. We're going to get your thoughts on how his development is coming in a moment. On a 2nd and 10 now for Cleveland. Fake the handoff, moving pocket. Quinn on the move and throws it to the sideline. Clean catch. Chancey Stuckey against Brandon Flowers.
But look how quick Brady Quinn's trying to get him up the line of scrimmage. That was very close on the boundary. They're going to make the Chiefs make a decision here in a hurry whether or not they feel that was a catch. Good job by Brady Quinn.
And Quinn's going to keep it himself instead of chancing anything with Kansas City challenging. Question is, was he in bounds? Stuckey.
Yeah, I don't know. This is close. Let's see.
No way.
Yeah, it looks like he was still trying to get.
Maybe a drag of that left foot, but the right foot was still up in the air.
Yeah, needless to say, great job by Brady Quinn hustling that offense up to the line of scrimmage and getting a playoff before Todd Haley and the Chiefs had a chance to review that.
And Cleveland now in Kansas City territory. 2 tight ends in this formation. Quinn will hand it off. Strong run out across the 45-yard line for Jerome Harrison. Good block by Floyd Womack. All right, let's get into Brady Quinn, Rich. You've seen enough of him now. Quinn is trying to cement himself as a starter in the National Football League with the Browns. See if that's a long-term commitment or not. What have you seen from Quinn?
Well, he has to continue to improve. There's no question about it. But when we sat down with Eric Mangini last night, one of the things he said is where he's made the most progress is running this no-huddle offense. And I've seen it. He's done a nice job previewing the fronts, the coverages, and getting them the best play possible. I think that's a sign of growth for Brady Quinn and the Browns.
Good opening drive, play fake, Quinn out of the pocket, little shovel ahead. He's got Harrison who turns it upfield and then scoots out of bounds as he crossed the 35-yard line. Tamba Hali had a chance to bring down Quinn. Good awareness by Brady Quinn in the pocket.
And this is good to see. This is where some of his athleticism shows up. We know what kind of athlete he is, but sometimes when you watch the film, you don't see it. And I think that's what you need to see more of from him. That and the accuracy. He has to improve his accuracy. He's completing just 52% of his throws right now. That's not good enough.
9-yard gain on the shovel to Harrison. Jennings checks in on a 2nd and 1. Evan Moore is in the game, and he has been a threat offensively since being signed off the practice squad. Handoff, it's Jennings up the middle. He's got a 1st down. Impressive opening drive here for the Cleveland Browns. Had across the 30-yard line. And good blocking up front. That's one thing Quinn told us last night. In the performance against Pittsburgh, he thought the offensive line got such a strong push. The running game was there all night, and Cribbs had such a huge impact in the Wildcat. They were able to mix and match formations.
Yeah, they've really done a nice job. I think when you're defending the run against this team right now, you can expect quite a mix with Harrison, Jennings, and, of course, Josh Cribbs popping up in some unexpected places.
On a 1st and 10 from the 30, Brian Dable, the offensive coordinator, calling plays here. He calls a running play to Chris Jennings, and Jennings stretched out and bottled up by Mike Brown, the former Chicago Bear, along with Ron Edwards. Mike Vrabel in the area, no gain on the play.
Well, pretty good job by the Kansas City Chiefs to see them string this thing out. Look at the linebackers pour up in there. You see Corey Mays, DeMario Williams. They've done a nice job here the last couple weeks, settling down, playing some better run defense early in games.
10th play of the drive coming up. Jennings stays in there, formerly in the CFL with the Montreal Alouettes. Getting an opportunity. Rookie year out of Arizona. Quinn to throw it. Protection holds up. Deep ball. Too far for Massaquoi. In a matchup with Brandon Flowers, young corners who make plays for Kansas City, and Flowers doing a little bit of jawing after the play with the rookie from Georgia.
And this is where Brady has to get better. He needs to do a better job throwing the deep ball. First of all, the receiver's not giving him much room on the boundary, but I've seen a number of times this season where he's not giving his receiver a chance to make a play. A number of times where he's actually thrown the ball out of bounds, an area where he has to improve.
Travis Daniels comes on as the nickel for Kansas City. This is the first time that Cleveland has faced a 3rd down on this opening drive. Shotgun formation. Quinn in the pocket, gets rid of it, down the sideline. He had Massaquoi. Incomplete.
Well, just another example right there. You know, you talk about accuracy, trajectory on some throws. He's missed some opportunities. And this is an area he has to improve upon. You got to give the receiver a chance to make a play. Let him go up and use his size. Let him jump up and get one. But if you throw it too far out in front, you don't give him any chance.
Field goal attempt here for Phil Dawson, 47 yards. Dawson, 9 of 10 on field goal attempts this season. To put Cleveland on the board, Dawson, he's got it. And the Browns with 3 points off their opening drive, 10-13 mark of the first quarter. Phil Dawson, 47-yard field goal.
Southwest Airlines, we love bags. We love duffel bags, golf bags, small bags. These bags right here, they fly free.
I wouldn't pay to fly in here.
Why would these airlines charge for bags?
Why do you charge for bags?
What's a flight without bag fees?
Cheaper.
Free, 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 free.
We love taking care of bags.
Bye, bags.
We'll see you when you get home.
All right, so there's pretty much 2 kinds of trucks in the world, dumb trucks and smart trucks. Dumb trucks give you exactly what you expect, brawn. Same old, same old. But a smart truck gives you brains, too. It'll connect you to the internet, help find lost tools, dial your cell phone, and recognize your voice. Know how many smart trucks there are? Just one, the Ford F-150. Your 2.5-ton office just got some new software. It's not just a pickup truck. It's a Ford F-150.
These all seem the same.
They're not.
You can't fake Sony quality. It makes watching sports in HD better.
And the more sports you watch on a Sony, the better you get at sports. I can do this all day, football star. Oh,
it's on fire. It's on fire.
Sports look better on a Sony Bravia HD TV.
They're the final 5 survivors. Will Russell, the most evil player ever,
I came here focused.
knock everyone out of the game?
I trusted you from the first day.
3 tribal councils, 2 breathtaking hours, 1 ultimate survivor.
Let's see if a 21-year-old can outdo me when it comes to pain.
The Survivor finale and live reunion show tonight, only CBS.
12 plays, 46 yards for the Browns offense. Dawson a 47-yard field goal. Quinn on the drive was 2 of 5, 19 yards. Had a couple of long balls down the sideline to Massaquoi, but couldn't convert. Phil Dawson kicking off. Terrence Copper among the options but Mark Bradley right now is the deep man for Kansas City. And Bradley able to turn the corner and out of bounds across the 25-yard line for KC, a 13-yard return. Matt Cassel and the Chiefs offense, will see them for the first time when we come back.
This is Tracy Palmer, and this is her restrictive calling circle. She's breaking free and saying, hey, 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 goodbye, and switching to Sprint with any mobile, anytime. Now on the Sprint network, she can call any mobile phone on any network, anytime, without worrying about the meter running. So she's calling every NFL fan in the country to talk a little smack about their team. Welcome to the Now Network. Get unlimited calling to every mobile phone nationwide when you switch to any mobile, anytime. Only from Sprint, the Now Network.
I'm here with Troy Polamalu. Tell us about the goal line stand.
Well, I owe my great hair to Head & Shoulders. It's for more than just dandruff.
That's not what I asked, Troy.
Isn't it?
No.
Isn't it?
Yes.
Head & Shoulders, 7 benefits, 1 bottle.
Critics everywhere are making a case for Sherlock Holmes.
I feel safer already.
It's spectacular entertainment.
Excellent.
Golden Globe nominee Robert Downey Jr. is brilliant in one of the best films of the year. Sherlock Holmes, rated PG-13.
This last-minute shopping is nuts. Any ideas?
If you come to Best Buy, you'll get just what you need. No crazy fighting.
No flying elbows.
No eye gouging.
No bungee giving.
No throat punching.
No hair pulling.
No pile driving.
Only lots of smiling.
All right, Best Buy.
Still need a great last-minute gift? At Best Buy, get an Insignia Blu-ray player with Wi-Fi to stream Netflix movies. The new Harry Potter on Blu-ray, video games like Tony Hawk Ride rated E10+, Napster gift cards good for tons of music, or a Best Buy gift card good for anything. Merry Christmas from Best Buy.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Go to southwest.com, grab your bag, it's on. Sprint, official wireless service sponsor of the NFL. And by Ford, built Ford tough.
Since the victory over Pittsburgh, Kansas City Chiefs have lost 3 in a row. They've been outscored 103-37 in those 3 games. A handoff for Jamal Charles. And stutter step move brings him to the 30-yard line, just across it. David Bowens, first man there, and a 2-yard gain for Charles. Matt Cassel, he has been sacked 41 times this season. That's the second highest total in the NFL. Compare that to Aaron Rodgers, who's been sacked 7 more times than him. And it's been an up and down season for Cassel. Signed the big contract with Kansas City after the deal with New England. On a pitch. And nowhere to go for Charles. Mike Adams helped make sure of it. As we take a look at the Kansas City offense, a loss of 1 on the play. Changes on offensive line. Ryan O'Callahan is out. Barry Richardson makes his first start. Brian Waters is out. So they've had to make a change there as well with Andy Allman. Cassel throwing. And caught by Bo. Dwayne Bowe returning to the lineup after a 4-game suspension, violating the league's policy on performance-enhancing drugs. It's a 10-yard gain and a first down for Bo.
Yeah, what they're going to do is they're going to move him to the flanker position, the Z position, on the other side for him, a new position for him to learn since he's been away. And I think it'll help Matt Cassel in this offense. You get a big body that can really work in the middle of the field, Dwayne Bowe.
Not wasting any time, Cassel swings it for Charles. Could not break free of Eric Wright, or that would have turned into a much bigger gain. It already was an 8-yard pickup. Injury to Robert Smith, so Corey Williams gets the start for Smith, out with a groin injury. Matt Roth, what a pickup he's turned out to be after being put on waivers by the Miami Dolphins. And in the secondary, Delaware's own Mike Adams. He's been a standout, versatile, playing cornerback and safety. Play fake, Cassel throws, and he's got Brad Cottam. Forced out of bounds, a first down for Kansas City. Into Cleveland territory. Chiefs are moving the football. That's a 17-yard hookup.
Yeah, it's a big target for Matt Cassel. You see Cottam come across at tight end, 6'7". They do a nice job with the movement, the play action. It's really helped since Jamal Charles has been back there. They run that stretch play so well, and of course off that comes the play action. Seen a lot more no huddle from both of these teams. You're watching the Chiefs. We saw a lot on 3rd down. Now we're seeing on the earlier downs.
Tim Castile getting the carry. Cassel, the former Arizona Cardinal, actually lost the football. Matt Roth came away with it, and the Browns have got it.
Wow, just in a pile there. You know, I don't know if Matt Roth was the one that actually ripped it out. You talk about a guy that's made the seamless transition. You know, coming over from Miami, Matt Roth has done a wonderful job here the last couple weeks.
Kansas City had a strong drive going. The Browns come away with it.
All right, so you're driving down the freeway doing about 60 when you notice the guy next to you is steering with his knees, eating a cheeseburger and talking on the phone. And that is exactly why the Ford F-150 is the safest truck in America. It's got a high-strength steel safety cage, side impact airbags, safety canopy, 5-star crash rating, and roll stability control. Because it's not just crazy out there, it's certifiably insane, okay? It's not just a pickup truck. It's a Ford F-150.
I'm ready.
The Samsung LED TV. Incredibly slim. Outrageously intense. In-your-face brilliant.
The NFL, that's how I see it.
The Samsung LED TV. It's football in hyper-real.
When Dove Pure Silk Chocolate meets the richest, smoothest, creamiest peanut butter, the ultimate indulgence happens. New Dove chocolate with peanut butter. Get ready for chocolate and peanut butter on a whole new level. My moment, my Dove.
Coach's challenge comes from the Kansas City Chiefs whether or not Cassel was down before the ball came out. You know ruling on the field was a fumble, Rich.
You know what the problem is? You and I have had the opportunity to look at a number of different angles, and I think one of the issues here is the shadows. There's so many shadows right there. You see the knee that comes in, and it looks like his left knee is down, but boy, it's really difficult to tell when that ball actually comes out. We've looked at a number of different shots. Don't see the ball out yet. Then right there, because it's in the front of his body and his right thigh is kind of in the way, it's hard to tell when that ball actually comes out. That combined with the shadows has made it very difficult for me to make a decision on this one.
So referee Gene Steratore is taking a look. Almost looks simultaneous on that last replay. Bang, bang.
You know, my sense is that if we can't determine up here for sure that, and the officials can't either, this one might hold up.
So Steratore has emerged out of the booth.
Well, you talk about some ugly starts. The Chiefs have not started games particularly well early, and boy, it's really hard to tell. We can't see because Corey Williams is laying on the back of his leg. You talk about how they've been outscored by opponents in the first quarter, and then to come out here and put the ball in the ground.
During the timeout, Kansas City had challenged the ruling on the field of a fumble. After review, the ruling does stand. The ball comes loose prior to his right knee hitting the ground. It will be 1st and 10 Cleveland. Kansas City will be charged with its first timeout.
So a fumble for the hybrid running back, fullback Tim Cassel, who played for Haley in Arizona. Fumble recovery for Matt Roth in his 5th year out of Iowa. He's been with his team for 3 weeks, and he's made a whole bunch of plays on defense. That one was gift wrapped for him.
Yeah, it was fun talking with him last night. What did he tell us? He's staying at the extended stay there in Cleveland, and came up from Miami a couple weeks ago. He still doesn't have a coat, but I'd say this guy has been a great addition for them, and he stepped right in with a couple days of practice and played a couple weeks ago and has played very, very well.
He sneaks into Eric Steinbach's house, and Steinbach doesn't even know. Handoff to Jerome Harrison. Both went to Iowa, Roth and Steinbach, and Roth says, I just go to the basement. Steinbach and his family, they don't even know I'm there. It's that big a house. 4-yard gain for Harrison.
And you see the Chiefs making some substitutions. It's going to be hard. That's one of the benefits of this no-huddle offense. You see Brady Quinn now. He's going to come out here to the boundary. They do a good job mixing things up. You get a chance to see Joshua Cribbs here in the Wildcat.
So Cribbs takes it from the gun. Try to accelerate up the middle, and Kansas City was ready. DeMario Williams wrapping him up. Gain of 2 on the play. Fletcher defensively as well.
Yeah, there's nothing conventional about Josh Cribbs. I mean, a wide receiver, a kick returner. They've talked about using him as a running back, just lining him up at the running back position. He was a quarterback at Kent State. He is a playmaking machine right now for the Browns.
On a 3rd and 4 now for Cleveland. Quinn back in. Brian Robisky has checked in for the Browns now, and they line up 3 receivers off to the left. Robisky goes in motion on a 3rd and 4. Quinn. Deep ball picked off. Laid it up there for Brandon Carr. Browns turn it over. And Carr stays on his feet. Finally will get dragged down into Cleveland territory on the INT. 30-yard return. Carr with his first pick. And Quinn just put that one right in the defender's arms.
At the Ford year-end sales event, the excitement's in the air because the deals are in the showroom. Cars, trucks, SUVs, crossovers, they're all here. Fuel-efficient vehicles with quality that can't be beat by Honda or Toyota. Look, they're getting 0% financing right now. She's getting a great deal on a lease. And this guy? This guy's getting goosebumps. The Ford year-end sales event won't go on forever, so come on in today and get your own goosebumps and consider yourself officially invited to drive one.
As small businesses are busy reinventing the economy, small business owners have a lot of questions.
Can paperless billing get me paid faster?
How can I keep my best employees?
How can I bring down my insurance costs?
And while at American Express Open, we may not have all the answers, we know who does. Other owners. That's why we're helping business owners connect. Together, we're building a community for them to talk, share, and help each other. A place called openforum.com, where owners can swap ideas and ask questions.
Will tweeting get me more customers?
How can I make my business green?
And one question seems especially popular.
How can I get paid faster? How can I get paid faster?
I was about to ask you the same thing.
And they're inspiring ideas like AcceptPay, a new tool from Open that lets owners invoice digitally and helps them get paid faster. Ask a question, find an answer. Join the conversation at openforum.com.
Catch TV's #1 comedy, 2.5 Men, Monday, only CBS.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by American Express. Don't take chances, take charge. And by Bud Light, with a just right taste that's not too heavy, not too light. The difference is drinkability.
Brady Quinn, 6th pass of the day, so that means on his 151st pass, he throws a pick. Went 150 without throwing an interception consecutively, and that streak comes to an end. Fake the handoff, and Cassel throws it into the ground. Nobody in the area. Penalty flag on the play, thrown back at the 38-yard line. Ineligible man downfield.
Ineligible member of the offense illegally downfield, number 62, 5-yard penalty, replay first down.
And that's Andy Ullman getting the start at left guard. NFL Today update. Let's check in New York and JP.
Ian and Rich take a look at Tennessee trying to do a job against the Dolphins. 10 plays, 81 yards, capped by that 22-yard strike. Vince Young to Justin Gage, 7-3 Titans on top. Ian and Rich.
Tennessee, we know they're a good football team. Now a chance to play the role of spoiler here in December. Cassel forced out of the pocket, crossing into Cleveland territory for a 5-yard gain. Pressure from David Bowens. Let's go back to the pick. What happened here on Brady Quinn?
Well, keep an eye on two things. Here's Brandon Carr, and then watch the motion as it's going to come across the field. You always have to see out in front of throws. That's important, particularly on these deep crosses. The other thing is you have to get it up and down. Brady Quinn puts way too much air on this. And the other thing is he doesn't feel the backside corner. Not a mistake you want to make early in the game.
On a 2nd and 10, play action. Cassel lining it up, throwing a deep ball, fluttering in the air, and hauled in by Chambers. Matched up with Brandon McDonald, and Chambers wins that individual battle.
Well, a little jostling on the sidelines there. Not a good throw by Matt Cassel. This one gets up in the air. Watch out. This is almost like a punt return. Look at this thing. Good job, though, here by Chambers. He uses his right hand. The other thing he does, he comes back for the ball. You see right there, push McDonald right there, the official right there, doesn't make the call. That could have been offensive pass interference by Chris Chambers.
1st and 10 now at the 18-yard line of Cleveland. Handoff for Charles. Stutter step. Charles burst upfield and was slowed down by Eric Wright. Looked like Charles had a full head of steam and a shot at a touchdown. 6-yard gain.
Well, they're really excited about Jamal Charles. I mean, this guy's got great speed, and it was apparent when you watched him rip off that career-long 76-yard touchdown run last week against the Bills. When he gets up on the second level, boy, it's hard to get a hold of him.
Kansas City Chiefs have hit week 15 without scoring an offensive touchdown in the first quarter this season. Face a 2nd and 4 now. After the 6-yard gain, Cassel from the gun. Rush is coming. Cassel gets rid of it. And just a little too far for Charles.
Boy, they got the matchup they wanted. They had Charles on the linebacker. They do a really poor job here, not giving him a chance. Both of these quarterbacks, when you get the one-on-one matchup with the linebacker, look, he's got him beat. Just put a little air on it and give him a chance to make a play. You can't overthrow that one in the back of the end zone.
Cameron Wimbley supplied the heat on Cassel, forcing him to speed up that read. On a 3rd and 4 now. Empty backfield from the gun. Cassel steps, fires, end zone, and dropped by Bo.
Well, that would have been a difficult catch, but you see the benefits of getting a guy like Dwayne Bowe back, a big body receiver, guy that can go up and make catches, and this one just a little too hard to pull in, but boy, it's good to see Dwayne Bowe back out there for the Chiefs.
Ryan Suckup, who has been one of the biggest positives on this Kansas City team this season, 30-yard field goal attempt for the final pick in the 2009 draft. Mr. Irrelevant. Colquitt will hold it. Trying to tie this one up. And Suckup knocks it through. It's 3-all. 4:12 left in this first quarter. They score off the Brady Quinn interception. We're all tied up.
It's understood that if you get up to get a Budweiser, you come back with a round. How you carry that round is a matter of personal preference. There's the 6-pack Strangler, the St. Bernard, the Flock of Geese, the Marsupial, the Sherpa, the Claw, even the more advanced Labrador Retriever. But we always come back with a beer that starts with full flavor and ends with a crisp, clean finish. It's what we do. Budweiser.
Jake and Jane's divorce
I've never really known how to live without you.
You got me big.
is getting a little more complicated.
You and your ex, you two really seem to have it figured out.
Thanks for the coffee.
We're not as figured out as you'd think.
It's complicated. Rated R. Starts Friday.
Ours has more beef, for real, cooked over real fire. So what about that Wendy's double stack? It's real too, real small and real fried. The quarter-pound BK double cheeseburger, now just $1, only at Burger King.
Okay, so you're driving up to the lake for the weekend when suddenly a big boat pulls up next to you and you notice, hey, it's yours. That's when it occurs to you that while having a lot of towing power is nice, a little control to go with it would be great too. Enter the Ford F-150. It's got the most towing and now an advanced trailer sway control system. And guess what? It's standard. Anchors away, baby. It's not just a pickup truck. It's a Ford F-150.
Join host Faith Hill with Carrie Underwood, Reba McEntire, and Mary J. Blige for a special holiday gift.
I want a family for Christmas. That would be the best present.
A Home for the Holidays, Wednesday, only CBS.
You're watching the NFL on CBS, home of Super Bowl 44.
Play fantasy football during the postseason for a chance to win $5,000. Sign up right now for Playoff Challenge at cbssports.com/fantasy. 6 plays, 37 yards. It took 1:58 off of the Brandon Carr interception. Now Suckup will kick it off to Josh Cribbs. Cribbs backpedals from the goal line. Cribbs finds a running lane, breaks a tackle. Sidesteps another, and there he goes! Off to the races, Josh Cribbs! He's gone! Touchdown, Browns! Josh Cribbs, the all-time leader in kickoff returns for touchdowns in NFL history. Incredible!
Boy, you know, the thing you mentioned about him, breaks tackles. Watch, this is what he does in just about every kick return. He's so big and he's so strong, you can't arm tackle a guy like Josh Cribbs. Look at all the missed tackles, the poor angles, the missed opportunities, and when he gets into the second level, boy, he can really separate. And as you mentioned, you just got the sense another big return was going to come today. He was very aware of that record.
7th kickoff return for a touchdown in his career. Special. He is a special, special player. Extra point from Phil Dawson. And the Browns take a 10-3 lead with 3:56 to go in the first quarter. Josh Cribbs does it again for Cleveland.
Oh, that's not necessary. You don't have to.
All right, Mama. Did you get the flowers I sent?
Hey, MJ.
Right, love you.
The Haynes man himself.
Okay.
Speaking of which, my agent turned me on to these shirts. The collar doesn't stretch out. You should look into it.
Looks good, man. But I gotta go.
We should do dinner. You like Korean barbecue?
No.
We could just trade info. Maybe you and I could.
Take care,
The
man.
number's in there. Call me. Anything else I can get you? You can get me a new phone.
Look for Haynes bonus packs, the perfect gift for the holidays.
We call it the American Renewal because we believe in the strength of American businesses. GE Capital understands what small businesses need to grow and create jobs. Today, over 300,000 businesses rely on GE Capital for the critical financing they need to help get our economy back on track.
The American Renewal is happening right now.
What if a moment standing still could be just as beautiful when it breathes? If some moments preferred to take their time. If photography moved us and we moved photography, and we could all see beyond the still. Moving photography in 1080p Full HD, pioneered with EOS, inspired by Canon.
Pro Bowl return man Joshua Cribbs with his 7th career kickoff return for a touchdown.
Well, when you talk about putting a group together, this is the kind of guy you want on your team. You talk with Eric Mangini. He's already got over 1,200 yards of kickoff returns. Watch Javon Belcher right there. That was an opportunity. He slowed him down a little bit. But boy, if you try and arm tackle this guy, he's so big, he's so powerful up top. He does a great job using his arms, and he has enough speed they can really run away from people.
Well, we don't know who's going to be running the Cleveland Browns football operations, but whoever it is needs to get a new deal done with Josh Cribbs. Mark Bradley, the return man. And Bradley hit and brought down to the 20-yard line by Gerard Lawson on special teams. Cribbs, the new record holder, and look at the names. Mel Gray, Dante Hall, the former Kansas City Chief, Ollie Matson, Kansas Comet, Gale Sayers, and Travis Williams, all now looking from the 2nd place area behind Josh Cribbs in that category.
It's amazing when you think about those players. I mean, some of the best returners in the game on that list.
And off, it's Charles. He had a kickoff return for a touchdown earlier this season against the Pittsburgh Steelers. And not much there for Charles to work with, a gain of 1. McDonald among those there defensively to limit Charles in the running game.
Yeah, the big thing with the Chiefs, I think they need to eliminate the negative plays. I mean, it's been a problem all season long for them, and it was an issue again last week against Buffalo. I mean, between the penalties, the sacks, and the runs for negative yards, they had 17 negative plays last week, and they got to do a better job in that area.
Quick snap, Cassel throws, he finds a seam, Leonard Pope. The tight end, he's got a first down out across the 30-yard line. Pope came over from Arizona. Big target, 6'8", 264 pounds, and a 12-yard pickup Todd Haley on a couple of different occasions have told us what a pleasure it is to have Pope around. He's just one of those guys that you like having in your locker room, keeps things light, very well liked by his teammates.
Yeah, they really use the tight ends in a number of different roles. You see Pope and Cotta and O'Connell.
Cassel. He was throwing it in the direction of Jamal Charles. Matt Roth applied that pressure. And a penalty flag goes down. Charles had gotten turned around. Charles was actually blocking on the play. Matt Cassel trying to make the case that there was an intended receiver there.
Yeah, but he wasn't even looking for the ball. He was tied up in a block.
Todd Haley making his case from the Kansas City sideline.
Intentional grounding. Offense, number 7. It is a spot foul. Loss of down. Second down.
And it's actually the right call. You know, Matt Cassel's trying to indicate that Jamal Charles was in the area. But look, watch Jamal Charles. He's going to be tied up in this block right here. You see, he's blocking the whole time. And that's where actually Matt Cassel's trying to throw the ball. You can't do that. Ball has to make it to the line of scrimmage, and he doesn't even make it close there.
Charles got tied up with Eric Wright coming on a corner blitz. 49 offensive penalties. That's third most in the NFL for the Kansas City Chiefs. So back it out to a 2nd and 24 now from the 19. Cassel comfortable in the pocket. High throw. It's handled. Hauled in by Mike Cox. The fullback out across the 25-yard line. David Cohen's there defensively.
Well, the Chiefs have had a number of problems this year. Big thing in terms of protection. Look at Tim Castile last week against the Bills. He's going to block Brian Scott. He's supposed to block him anyway. He actually turns back to help with the left tackle, Brandon Albert, and he turns the linebacker loose and winds up in a sack.
Deep ball, Cassel too high. Dwayne Bowe felt he was held up by Eric Wright. No penalty flag, and certainly no completion for Kansas City. Chiefs will be forced to punt with 2:12 to play in the first.
Yeah, it's like having your new toy back when you got a guy like Dwayne Bowe on the outside. Matt Cassel hasn't had the luxury of having him around the last 4 weeks, but he's a guy that can really get up on the second level. He can run by some of these corners and safeties.
Dustin Colquitt will punt it. Josh Cribbs, see if he's been able to catch his breath. He's standing at the 24. They're not even going to give him a chance. Gerard Lawson, the up man. And Cleveland has terrific field position out near the 48-yard line, touched up by Thomas Gafford. Now, this week, tragedy struck the NFL. Chris Henry died at the age of 26, Cincinnati Bengal wide receiver. Drafted in the 3rd round in 2005. Very talented guy out of West Virginia. Played 5 seasons in the NFL, all with the Bengals. Had troubles. And unfortunately for Henry and the Cincinnati Bengals, they're dealing with a very difficult situation now. Eric Steinbach, former teammate of his with the Bengals, now, of course, a member of the Cleveland Browns. And off to Harrison. And Harrison able to pick up some real estate on the outside, chased down by Mike Brown. It's a 3-yard gain. And Rich, for the Bengals, this is going to be a very emotional time. We know that Cincinnati is a playoff team, and we'll see how the Bengals are able to handle this situation as they move forward.
Yeah, our thoughts and prayers go out to the entire family and really that organization. It's been a difficult year for the Bengals. They also lost Vicky Zimmer, Mike Zimmer's wife, the defensive coordinator, so it's just been a really tough time for the Bengals.
Another give for Harrison, and they're able to push the pile out near the 45-yard line. Injury, John St. Clair, the starting right tackle, is down with an ankle injury. His return is questionable. So Hank Fraley has slotted in at right guard, and Floyd Womack has shifted over to right tackle for Cleveland.
A lot of changes along that offensive line. The good news is, though, is they've been productive with the running game. They got creative with it last week against Pittsburgh. Somehow they rushed for 170 yards against the #1 defense in football in terms of the run. So more of that here today.
Call it a 3rd and 3. Stuckey goes in motion. From the gun, Quinn looking in that direction. He's got Stuckey for a first down. He's twirled down by Travis Daniels, the former Cleveland Brown and Miami Dolphin. 5-yard gain through the air, and this drive continues now for the Browns.
All right, really nice job here by Stuck. He's going to come across in motion. He's going to fake like he's going back, and all he's going to do is run out to the flat. It's man-to-man coverage. You can see right here, Travis Daniels, he gets behind him. They get two receivers going upfield. Easy little throw and catch for the Browns.
Josh Cribbs lines up as a receiver on the near side, and Flowers is matched up with him. Back set up in the eye with Royal in motion. Handoff, Harrison. Good cut by Harrison, and Harrison kept the legs churning as he was able to hit the 35-yard line. Vickers and Royal with nice blocks up front to create some space, a 7-yard gain.
Well, they have not run the ball particularly well here in the red zone as they get on the red zone fringe. And Jerome Harrison, the guy leads them with 30 catches. He does a number of different things for him. And the other thing is they've done a nice job mixing in Chris Jennings. So it's really a running back by committee right now. Of course, we'll see some Josh Cribbs as well, trying to find creative ways to get these guys touches early in games.
You know, we talked about all the similarities. We'll get into it in the second quarter. Even the injuries the Chiefs and Browns have suffered have been similar. 10-3 Cleveland after one.
Introducing a handcrafted meal you can hold in your hand. Chili's new mini tacos in 5 fresh flavors, like smoked chicken, made with fresh ingredients just for you. Part of 3 courses, 2 people, $20. Only at Chili's.
Brian is going to show us how easy it is to build up his savings account. Now that was easy. Use your debit card for everyday purchases and automatically build your savings with Keep the Change, only from Bank of America.
Say you're on a call with a client and he asks,
"Did you see my email?"
You can say, "Yep, got it right here." Or if you're chatting with a buddy and he says,
"Hey, can you change that reservation?"
You can say, "Sure." Or you're talking to your wife who says,
"I can't believe our anniversary is a week away."
You can say, "Me neither." All without ever leaving the call. Can your phone and your network do that?
It's been said that a man's home is his castle, and truer words were never spoken when that home is in the hands of this father and son team. Bringing together their different ideas of suburban architecture, these visionaries gave shape to imagination. True, some elements may be slightly irregular. Just look at that windmill thingy. But still, well done, gentlemen. Well done indeed.
Only Katie asks the questions.
How many times did you do crystal meth?
You want answers.
Explain to me why that enhances your foreign policy credentials. Is this photo fabricated? Is this photo a lie?
Only Katie Couric.
Why should Americans sign off on spending billions of dollars?
Only CBS News.
I can see for miles and miles and miles and miles and
miles. Cleveland Browns 2-11, Kansas City Chiefs 3-10. It's Cleveland with a 10-3 lead and a chance to add to it. First play of the second quarter on a 2nd and 3. Harrison breaking through. Harrison out on the perimeter and forced out of bounds. He's got another first down for Cleveland. Missed tackles by Corey Mays. Demario Williams, 14-yard rip.
Yeah, nothing special here, just not making tackles. They're in position. You got to find a way to bring these backs down, and they do a good job kicking through arm tackles. We've seen a bunch of that here today.
1st and 10 now at the 21-yard line. 61 rushing yards for Cleveland. Kansas City has been limited. Harrison remains in the backfield. Brady Quinn checking off the line of scrimmage. Double tight end set into a running play. And Harrison straight up the gut. Good second effort by Harrison to pick up an extra yard, yard and a half. Corey Mays in on the stop. And a 5-yard gain for the 4th-year running back from Washington State.
Well, I'll tell you what, the Browns might have gotten a break there. Fullback Lawrence Vickers was in his 3-point stance. He actually flinched a little bit there. And referee looked over to the line judge. It did not make that call. The Chiefs sideline was complaining about that one.
Chris Jennings now comes in, replaces Harrison. On a 2nd and 5 for Cleveland. They are in the Kansas City red zone. Handoff for Jennings. Little juke move by Jennings. Crosses the 15-yard line. Alex McGee, the rookie from Purdue, third-round pick, making that tackle and limiting Jennings to a 3-yard pickup.
Well, I really like what the Browns do offensively. I mean, Brady Quinn does a great job at the line of scrimmage. They can make their substitutions. You see how difficult it is for the Chiefs. Players run in and on and off the field, but it makes it very difficult for defensive coordinator Clancy Pendergrass to dial up a lot of exotic blitzes. You don't know what personnel groups you're going to get, and it's very difficult when Brady Quinn is making the calls at the line of scrimmage.
3 receivers set now for Quinn on a 3rd and 2. Fans trying to play a role here. Handoff. Jennings did not get to the marker. Needed a couple of yards, maybe picked up a half a yard as Mike Brown collaborated with Mike Vrabel to bring him down.
Well, really nice job here by Mike Brown. He's gonna watch him right here at the top of your screen. He's gonna fill right down in the middle of this hole here. He knows it's run all the way. Watch how quick he gets there. And right there, Jennings has nowhere to go. Good job by the strong safety Mike Brown filling.
Browns have to settle for a 30-yard field goal attempt. Phil Dawson adds to the Cleveland lead as he splits the uprights. 13-3 Browns. Early stages, second quarter in KC.
Accord EX and Camry LE. Every year they battle it out in the fuel efficiency rankings. Seems like a lot of work to play catch up. The award-winning Chevy Malibu, offering 33 miles per gallon highway. May the best car win.
The war tore a hole in the sky. Only a few survived. Our only hope is in my hands. Some would kill to have it.
This is your last chance. Give it up or I swear I'll bury you.
I will kill to protect it.
It's not a book. It's a weapon.
Nobody touches it but me, you understand me?
The Book of Eli. Rated R. Starts January 15th.
Turn out the light, closed for the night. Go hit the town, real scary clown. Boost to the gas, on overpass. Movie on its perch, Google local search. Find a cafe, opened yesterday. There on the right, go grab a bite. Local event, curling tournament. Sweet till it burns, follow the turns. Back to the store, fuel efficient route. Yikes, there's the clown on the roundabout. Give a Garmin. Fun local trips at fingertips. Garmin.com, Garmin.com.
Saying you're going to be thrilled is one thing. Guaranteeing it, that's another. Announcing the 60-day satisfaction guarantee when you buy a new Chevy. If you don't absolutely love it, return it. Simple as that.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays. From all of us at The Good Wife.
From all of us at CSI New York.
Warm holiday wishes from all of us at CBS News.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Best wishes, everybody. Happy holidays.
From all of us at CBS, happy holidays.
9-play, 40-yard drive for the Cleveland Browns. 30-yard field goal for Phil Dawson. Brady Quinn, 3 of 7 so far, 23 yards, no touchdowns, and a pick. Browns have a 13-3 advantage. Dawson will kick it off. Mark Bradley is deep. Terrence Copper in front of him. And this will settle in at the 9-yard line for Bradley. Bradley trying to get to the outside, and he crossed the 25. Brandon McDonald was able to track him on special teams, a 19-yard return. Coming up tonight, the season finale of Survivor. They're down to the final 5. And Russell, the most evil player ever, has a big surprise for everybody. Catch the Survivor finale and live reunion show. That's tonight on CBS.
You know you have that one, TiVo, don't you?
Oh, yeah. All the CBS programming. Hand off to Charles up the middle. And Charles snaking his way out across the 30-yard line, a 4-yard gain. He got cut down low by Corey Williams. Is this a guy that the Kansas City Chiefs can build around as a running back, or is that an area that they're going to have to keep their options open? Have you seen enough of Charles to think he's a keeper?
No, I think they like him. I think he's really taken advantage of his opportunity since they released Larry Johnston. I mean, he's having an outstanding season. I mean, he's established himself as someone I think the Chiefs can build around. He's got that speed. He catches the ball well. He's gotten better in terms of the blocking game.
Charles again, squeezing through a hole, and Charles should have enough for a first down. Andy Altman with another good block. NFL Today update. Let's head to New York right now. And JB.
Hey, Ian, I'm sure Rich would do the same if he had Randy Moss, knowing you got to get him involved early. Tom Brady looking to do that. Hooking up with Randy Moss with a 13-yard strike, 10th receiving touchdown of the season for Moss. 9th year with 10 or more. That ties the Hall of Famer Jerry Rice. 7-3 New England back to Ian Eagle and Rich Gannon.
And JB, thank you. Rich, you played with a few big-name receivers.
Yeah, I tell you what, if I had Randy Moss, I'd get him involved early and often. And you're right, though. I have played with some big receivers. How about guys like Jerry Rice, Tim Brown, Chris Carter, Art Monk?
Anybody else?
Maybe you've heard of them.
Yeah, just a few. David Bowen's injury. We're coming back.
So, heading to the doctor? Yeah. You gonna ask him this time? About what? Our erectile dysfunction. Shh, no, I don't want to talk about it. Look, you're not alone. Millions of men with ED have talked to their doctors. I don't know. We can do this. Okay.
Talking to your doctor about ED may be the last thing you want to do, but it's definitely a conversation worth having. 20 million men have had their Viagra talk. When you're ready for yours, you'll find helpful tips on talking to your doctor at Viagra.com. Ask your doctor if your heart is healthy enough for sex. Don't take Viagra if you take nitrates for chest pain, as it may cause an unsafe drop in blood pressure. Side effects may include headache, flushing, upset stomach, and abnormal vision. To avoid long-term injury, seek immediate medical help for an erection lasting more than 4 hours. Stop taking Viagra and call your doctor right away if you experience a sudden decrease or loss in vision or hearing. Talk to your doctor today and ask if Viagra is right for you.
Fact. Every time you take Advil, you're taking the medicine doctors recommend most for joint pain, more than the medicines in Tylenol or Aleve. The medicine in Advil is the #1 doctor recommendation for joint pain. Relief doesn't get any better than this. Advil.
Super spy Bob Ho has got the moves, but can he handle these kids?
Spying is easy. Babysitting is hard.
On January 15th, the Spy Game has a new secret weapon.
That thing can fly!
Jackie Chan is the spy next door. Rated PG in theaters January 15th.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Bank of America, Bank of Opportunity, Viagra, and by the Home Depot. Stock up on any of the Home Depot's cool new holiday gift cards in-store or online.
Coming up, Sprint Halftime Report. JB, Dan, Shannon, Boomer, Coach Cowher, the latest NFL scores and highlights, all coming up on the Sprint Halftime Report. Handoff to Jamal Charles, running off tackle and zigzags his way to the 45-yard line. Tackled by Jason Trusnick. David Bowens was able to walk off. He took a shot to the right knee for Mike Cox. And Kaluka Mayava, the rookie from USC, is now on the field at that linebacker position. 7-yard gain for Charles. He's now got 25 on the ground so far. Charles again. Charles through a hole. And a first down into Cleveland territory at the 48. Matt Roth with the stick. Another 7-yard pickup for the second-year pro from Texas, Jamal Charles.
Boy, it's rapid fire. I mean, you look how quick they are at the line of scrimmage, and I tell you, it makes it difficult for the defense to catch your breath, let alone make any adjustments and substitutions.
Fake the handoff. Cassel. Deep ball. Caught by Chambers. Against Eric Wright. Over the shoulder grab for the veteran Chris Chambers. Dialing it up for 40 yards.
Well, good play action here. Matt Cassel does a nice job. Give him an opportunity to make a play. And Chris Chambers, he actually owed him one. He owed Matt Cassel. He dropped a critical throw last week in the game. He makes up for it there with a big catch on the boundary.
And it sets up the Chiefs nicely with a 1st and goal inside the 10. Cassel, fade route. Chambers, he's got it. Touchdown, Kansas City. Well-executed drive by the Chiefs offense.
Well, that's the guy they wanted to go after, Brandon McDonald, and to take advantage of the size there. Brandon McDonald at 5'10". You see Chris Chambers here. Good job by Cassel. Give him a ball he can catch. Little fade route right on the boundary there, but that's the matchup they wanted to go after. They really felt the weakness in the secondary right now against this Cleveland defense is Brandon McDonald.
Ryan Suckup on for the extra point to cut it to 3. Kansas City, they got this drive started on the ground. They finished it off through the air. Cassel to Chambers, 13-10. Browns in front.
Hear that? That's the sound of December 25th. And what do you do when you've got more question marks than check marks? You get them a Home Depot gift card. They can use it in-store or online, which makes the perfect gift because they can pick out what they really want, letting them take your dollars and our low prices as far as they can go. Now that's some stocking stuffer. More saving, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot. Check out the new interactive gift card. It's more than a gift card, it's a 3D experience.
All grades of BP gasoline with Invigorate help your car get a few more miles per tank. When used continuously, it helps clean and protect dirty engine parts. So you'll go a little farther between fill-ups. To help your car get a few more miles per tank, try BP gasoline with Invigorate.
Amy's going to show how easy it is to check her available account balance anywhere. That was pretty easy. Access your accounts whenever, wherever with mobile banking from Bank of America.
Take an amazing journey to where the Christian religion was first organized and the Gospels written. The Sunday before Christmas on 60 Minutes.
Get holiday gifts for the NFL fans in your family at NFLshop.com. Free shipping to arrive in time for the holidays.
6-play, 72-yard drive for the Chiefs. Chris Chambers putting up big numbers so far. 3 catches, 79 yards and a touchdown. 9-yard throw from Cassel to Chambers. And Kansas City now trailing Cleveland 13-10. Just over 10 minutes to go first half. Suckup kicks it off. Cribbs has already returned one the distance. And Cribbs is spun down short of the 30-yard line by Javon Belcher on special teams, a 31-yard return. Wednesday on Showtime, JB, Phil Simms, Chris Collinsworth, and Warren Sapp come your way with the Emmy Award-winning Inside the NFL, cable's longest-running show. Inside the NFL, it's Wednesday on Showtime. Kansas City, a string of 156 consecutive sellouts here at Arrowhead comes to a halt here today. First time they haven't been sold out since 1990. The crowd that is here has been energetic, though, trying to cheer on this defense. First down for Cleveland. Big hole, Jerome Harrison. Lawrence Vickers has been doing yeoman's work from that fullback position. That's a 7-yard gain for Harrison.
Yeah, I really like this group of backs, and Harrison and Jennings and Lawrence Vickers. Though he's the guy that really makes it go. I mean, he's a guy that's a big, strong fullback. They move him around in that backfield set. You see him wide, lined up out there wide. Motion him back in there so he can open up some holes for these backs.
62 yards rushing for Harrison. He can add to it here. Harrison through the middle, tripped up, or he would have turned that one into a 15, 20-yard gain. Instead, it's limited to a 7-yard gain for Harrison.
And you see Vickers there again. He's nothing more than a smaller sized guard back there. He's 250 pounds, and he can open up some big holes, and he's willing to go in there and do the dirty work for you.
6th-round draft pick out of Colorado back in 2006. And one tough guy, originally from Houston, Texas.
I'm ready for them to throw it to this guy right here, Brady Quinn.
Well, we've seen that already this season. Cribbs, though, looking to run it. Hurdles and turns it into a positive gain. Touched up by Demario Williams out along the sideline. 5-yard pickup for Cribbs in the Wildcat.
Yeah, I'm going to throw some numbers out here for you with this guy as a runner. I mean, with guys with at least 40 rushing attempts, he averages 4.1 yards after contact. That's the best in the game. 12% of the time he breaks a tackle. That's the best. And he gains 10 yards or more 23% of the time. I don't know why you don't hand it to a guy like that every play.
Did you leave your basement this week?
How about that?
These are impressive numbers.
Did some work.
2nd and 5. It's Jennings getting the call, and Chris Jennings will come up short of midfield and well short of a first down. Mike Brown there to make the stop, a 4-yard gain. Okay, let's throw some other numbers out your way. You mentioned Jerry Rice earlier. Minimum 80 rushing attempts all time. Josh Cribbs is in the top 5 in NFL history.
Yeah, the more you study Josh Cribbs, I mean, he's a playmaker, and I just think that you have to find creative ways to get him touches in games, whether you throw it to him, whether you hand it to him, whether you put him back there in the Wildcat. He's just too good of an athlete not to have on the field.
On a 3rd and 4. From the gun. Quinn sends Robisky in motion, the rookie out of Ohio State. Rush is coming. They handle it. Little dump off. It's caught by Massaquoi, and he's short of the marker. Brandon Carr with a throwdown defensively.
Boy, I tell you what, this is just not knowing where you're at in the field. Right when he catches this ball, if he could just fall forward. I don't think he ever anticipates Brandon Carr right in front of him, but they're just going to come up just a little bit short here. Just a young player not knowing where he's at on the field.
So a 3-yard gain. They needed a little bit extra, and we see Reggie Hodges come on the field with Mark Bradley returning punts for the first time in his career. High kick from Hodges, and Bradley catches cleanly at the 15-yard line. That's where Kansas City will open up. 34-yard punt for Hodges. Holiday season here in Kansas City. We're coming back. More second quarter action.
You know, truck guys, they like to get the job done right.
Measure twice, cut once, I always say.
Let me give you a hand there.
Thanks.
Did you know the Silverado XFE has an EPA estimated 22 highway? How about your F-150?
Less.
And this Silverado has 315 horsepower. Yours?
Less.
Silverado's powertrain is backed for 5 years or 100,000 miles. Yours?
40,000 miles less.
Don't blame the carpenter. Blame the tool.
Chevy Silverado, America's best truck.
There's nothing you can do that can't be done. There's nothing you can sing that can't be sung. There's nothing you can say, but you can learn how to play the game. It's easy. All you need is love. All you need is love. All you need is love, love. Love's all you need.
My man's genius. He's on the verge of a scientific breakthrough. I think I can say to your kids,
Against the odds.
you and me are going into business.
You set this up behind my back. Have you never heard the term conflict of interest?
Get out.
Against each other.
I've entered into conversations with them to buy our company.
You're telling me? You're not asking me? 2 men will risk anything
You jeopardized your chances of ever getting your kids treated.
for a chance to change everything.
Let's get work.
Inspired by a true story. Extraordinary Measures. Rated PG. In theaters January 22nd.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Chevy. Put us up against anyone, and may the best car win. And by Miller Lite, triple hops brewed for that great Pilsner taste. Taste greatness.
Browns have a 3-point lead over the Kansas City Chiefs. And don't forget, coming up, the Sprint halftime report. JB, Dan, Shannon, Boomer, and Coach Cower. Latest NFL scores and highlights. Week 15. It's all coming up on the Sprint halftime report. On first down, handoff to Jamal Charles, and Charles will come up short of the 20-yard line, a 4-yard gain. Matt Roth over there defensively for Cleveland. David Bowens has returned after a knee injury earlier in the quarter.
Yeah, it's good to see Bowens back in there. You know, they've had a lot of change at the linebacker position in this defense. Only Cameron Wembley is in his normal spot. You think about Trusnick coming in and Roth, and these guys were both acquired during the season, so they've had a lot of changes at that linebacker position. That can be very unsettling to a defense.
Cassel, play action, and slings it over the middle for Brad Cottom. Cottom has now matched his total from last season for receptions. He's got 7 on the year. That's a 25-yard pass play.
Well, they really like this tight end, and he's so big, but he runs routes like a receiver, and it's 6'7". I mean, that's a mismatch for a lot of corners. You see Brandon McDonald right there. He's in position, but Boy, just the size and those long arms makes it very difficult to defend.
Cottom came out of Tennessee. His brother Jeff is a tight end at the University of Tennessee. And a 1st and 10 now for Kansas City out near the 45-yard line. Charles behind Cox. Wide receiver screen, Chris Chambers. Chambers to the 48. Eric Wright combining with Cameron Wimbley on the smack. 5-yard pickup for Chambers.
Yeah, this is nothing more than a run. They decide to change it. They kick it out wide. Matt Cassel has the flexibility in the system. If he sees free access out there to his left, he can just wheel up there and throw one out. Not a very good throw. Good catch. Good concentration there by Chris Chambers.
Terrence Copper has now come on at wide receiver. Chambers to the Kansas City sideline. Little shift in the backfield.
What's the confusion right there? You can tell.
Matt Cassel has to do it himself. Into Cleveland territory. Brought down by Wimbley. Exactly what were they trying to run on that play?
Well, you look, some problems with the footwork in the run game there. I think Matt Cassel was anticipating Jamal Charles coming back underneath on that little counter play, and you could see him trying to get him lined up before the snap. But a nice job there by Matt Cassel, nonetheless being smart, turning and using his legs to get that 1st down.
New set of downs for Kansas City to work with from the 47-yard line of Cleveland. It's a pitch for Charles. And Jamal Charles cutting through the hole. Sprinter speed for Charles. Touchdown, Kansas City. "47 yards for Charles.
Why? And this is 2 weeks now. We've seen him break off a long run. But watch this. He's very patient. And then he runs through some arm tackles. And once he makes this cut, nobody's going to catch him. You know, Brandon McDonald's a pretty fast corner. But, boy, this guy, as you said, has sprinter speed. Track star of Texas. You're not going to catch him in the open field.
Extra point from Ryan Suckup. Kansas City has taken the lead. And flags come down.
Well, I've been really impressed with Jamal Charles. I'll tell you what, he's run hard. And guys taking advantage. This is what's great to see in this league. A guy who takes advantage of an opportunity. Played behind Larry Johnson. He finally gets his chance, and boy, he has made the most of it.
Encroachment. Defense, number 99. That 5-yard penalty will be assessed on the kickoff. We will retry the down.
You know, Charles, excellent story today in the Kansas City Star here locally. Charles had to make a choice. Football coaches at Texas told him, look, you're either choosing football full-time or track. And he decided, you know what, I'm going to go to the NFL. I don't want to have to make that choice.
I think he made the right choice.
Yeah. It's working out. Suck up the extra point. Last week he had a 76-yard touchdown. Longest touchdown run for a Chief since Derek Alexander, a wide receiver, ran 82 yards for a touchdown in 1999. Charles is putting together a highlight reel in 2009.
Holy moly! What just happened? Whoa! I mean, wow, hey, that looks great. And there's no need to discuss it further. In fact, you can buff most of that out. Just give it a once over with a wet paper towel. Okay, good talking to you.
Accidents are bad. But Geico's good with 24-hour claim service.
5 plays, 85 yards. Charles goes for 47 on the touchdown run. Charles now has gone 6 consecutive games with at least 1 touchdown.
Yeah, and he gives you a lot of flexibility back there. I mean, he had 7 catches last week as well in the loss to Buffalo, and I just think the guy is becoming a complete player in this offense.
So now Brady Quinn and the Browns will have to play from behind with 4:10 to go in this first half. 17-13, Chiefs in front. Suckup will kick it off. And we know that the scoreboard can shift like a pendulum with Josh Cribbs back there. Could be 20-17 before you look up.
Yeah, you have to be really smart when you kick to Josh Cribbs. I think you got to try and pin him into some corners, not give him as many opportunities. Boy, that's not very good.
Cribbs fields cleanly at the 5. And a flag down as Cribbs got stood up at the 25-yard line. Andy Studebaker on special teams making a play for Kansas City. 1 penalty called against the Browns so far, 2 against the Kansas City Chiefs. Haven't heard a whole lot from Gene Steratore, who does an excellent job.
During the return, holding, receiving team number 94, 10-yard penalty, first down Cleveland.
Arnold Harrison called on the hold, the former Pittsburgh Steeler. Tonight on 60 Minutes, an amazing journey to where the Christian religion was first organized and the Gospels written. The Sunday before Christmas, right here on CBS. Kansas City 17, Cleveland 13. Todd Haley, Eric Mangini knows him a long time. We asked him about him. Mangini said he's smart, he's emotional, he's tough. He said he was a little surprised that things did work out the way they did with Scott Pioli and Haley here in Kansas City. Jerome Harrison with the carry. And they all come from a similar tree, the Bill Parcells, Bill Belichick tree. Pioli was with Belichick in Cleveland, and he was with Parcells with the New York Jets. Mangini was with Belichick in Cleveland, was with Parcells with the Jets. That's where Haley joined on with the New York Jets. Then Haley moved on to Chicago and Dallas, eventually with Arizona. Mangini, of course, was with the Patriots under Belichick, winning 3 Super Bowls and then getting the Jets head coaching job. 2nd and 7. Quinn in the pocket. Knocked down at the line of scrimmage by Ron Edwards. Edwards, the 9-year veteran, he's a pro, formerly with the Buffalo Bills. Always does a stand-up job at that nose tackle position.
Well, pretty good job there by Alex Mack, the rookie center, but also a good job by Ron Edwards. And what did Mack tell us last night? He said this guy is very active, moves around a lot. He's never in one place. Good job there using that arm, batting that one down.
Told you about the injury to John St. Clair, the ankle. So now Rex Hadnot is in at right guard. Womack remains at right tackle for St. Clair. 3rd and 7. Quinn is 4 of 9 throwing the football. Checks it off, and Harrison trying to make a play. It's brought down as he slides to the first down line, but they're not going to give him that forward progress on the slide. Tamba Hali on the chase down. 5-yard pickup through the air, short of a first down.
Yeah, this is where the Browns really struggle offensively. Not a lot of production in the passing game. When you study their throws, predominantly short and intermediate throws, the leading receiver in terms of receptions is your running back, so you know where a lot of their throws are directed.
And Hodges couldn't handle the snap. And recovered by Richardson. Touchdown, Kansas City. Studebaker comes away with a football.
Or unbelievable. When you score on the kicking game, I'll tell you, that's huge. Turnovers right there, that part of the field. Not only that, but you get your punter hurt, Hodges. He just can't handle the snap. He does a poor job once the ball's on the ground, not going after it. Some confusion right here.
On the offense, the penalty is declined. The result of the play, touchdown.
It hit Nick Sorensen. Wow. Ball was still loose. Looked like Richardson had it. Instead, it's Studebaker who comes out of the pack with it. Ryan Pontbriand, the snapper.
Boy, what happened was they had a shift there. You can see the special teams coach, Brad Seeley, was over there talking to him. Pontbriand just snaps it on his own early. Hodges not expecting it. The up back, Sorensen wasn't anticipating that as well.
Ryan Suckup on for the extra point. So the Kansas City Chiefs get a special teams touchdown as the ball glanced off Sorensen off the snap. And Eric Mangini and company now find themselves down 24-13.
You go back and look at it. Here's your punter and here's your up back. Neither of them are expecting it. What they're expecting is both of these guys to shift out and then come back in to set the front. You can see Sorensen right there. He's making some calls. That hits him right in the leg. Now you got to fall on it. You got to be smart in this situation. Hodges is looking at the rush. You can't do that. You got to get on the ball.
And the Browns actually had an opportunity there with Mayava.
Now watch Hodges. Now when the ball's on the ground, just fall on it. You can't look back, just fall on it. That's the difference right there between 7 points and 2.
Mayava, 56, also got to the area, and somehow the ball bounced and found its way over to Studebaker.
Yeah, you can't let someone else's mistake become your mistake. And that's what happened in that situation.
24 points scored by the Chiefs, the most that they've put up in a first half this season. We mentioned it, last 3 games. It's a 3-game losing streak for Kansas City. They've been outscored 103 to 37. They put up 24 points and a half here against the Cleveland Browns.
Well, that's a big play by the Chiefs special teams. They gave up a big play to Josh Cribbs earlier on the kickoff return. They answer that with a big fumble recovery in the end zone by the punt cover unit.
2:44 to go in this first half. Browns offense will get it back now. Cribbs takes it out of the end zone. Cribbs, middle of the field, and Josh Cribbs, he does it again. Josh Cribbs is at a different level. 103 yards.
I'll tell you what, I've never seen anything like it. And you and I were just talking. I don't know why you kicked the ball to this guy. We did a Cincinnati game a couple weeks ago. They refused to kick the ball to Josh Cribbs, whether it was punts or kicks. You can't throw this guy softballs all day. He's going to make you pay. He'll hit it out of the park every time. You just look at this. Once he gets into the open field, he can separate. But, boy, he is a tough tackle. And he is a man possessed right now.
8th career kickoff return for a touchdown. He already set the all-time record with his 7th earlier today. He's just added to it.
Well, he has been their most valuable player this year by far.
Dawson, the extra point. Whatever Kansas City was feeling after the touchdown on special teams, that feeling's gone.
Yeah, you know, he set the tone for last week's win against Pittsburgh. He's one of the league's most feared punt kickoff returners, and I just don't see how you continue to give this guy opportunities. Good job. You know, we haven't talked about the job that the kickoff return unit has done. Look at all those blocks. You see your starting center in there, Mack. He's getting some blocks. Got a bunch of players in there making some big plays, but of course, every time, if you're blocking for this guy, you know every time he touches it, he could take it to the house.
Well, it's that kind of day for Josh Cribbs. Most kickoff returns for a touchdown in a game. Ted Ginn, 100 and 100-yard touchdowns. He tied a record, becoming the 8th player, as he did it against the Jets, although you can't tell from those uniforms from New York. 2 touchdowns in the same game. Cribbs has tied it, but guess what? He's got a whole other second half to go.
Yeah, and you know, the thing that we don't talk enough about Josh Cribbs, just look at those arms. I mean, this guy's a big, strong guy. He's 225 pounds. Very difficult to tackle in the open field. He breaks a lot of tackles. He's got great vision. He's very patient. He does a nice job setting up his blocks. I think he's one of the premier returners in the game.
Quarterback at Kent State, was signed as a free agent in 2005. Now in his 5th year in the NFL, and he's rewriting the return record books.
269 return yards today. Ian, you and I did a game against Cincinnati earlier in the season. He had 223 return yards in a game. This guy is a difference maker.
Dawson kicks it off on a roll for Bradley. And Bradley trying to cut it to the outside. Robisky brings him down on special teams. He lost his helmet in the process. Matt Cassel and the Kansas City offense on the field. And coming up Saturday, it's the Big East Conference opener. Bob Huggins and the 6th-ranked West Virginia Mountaineers taking on the Seton Hall Pirates right here on the home of the NCAA Men's Basketball Championship, CBS Sports. 24-20, Kansas City in front of Cleveland. 2:23 to play in the second quarter. Full house backfield on a pitch for Charles. Diving out across the 40-yard line, and Charles with another positive play. Good numbers in the running game for Charles. He's up around 90 yards now rushing. Harrison has gone for 72 yards on the ground for Cleveland.
And they're doing it without two of their starters along that offensive line. O'Callahan's out, Waters, Andy Alleman, Barry Richardson in. Nice job of that group up front.
2-minute warning in Kansas City.
I look back, good or bad, it's all an adventure no matter what you do. So the joy is getting there.
Well, on the days that we help someone move from the shelter to permanent housing, those are the best days.
I reached inside the window and it started right up. It made us feel like if that truck could keep going, then we could all keep going.
Chevy, the most dependable, longest-lasting full-size pickups on the road.
This is my truck.
Chevy Silverado, America's best truck.
They told me I was going to get a vest.
Don't worry about the vest. It'll be fine.
See what was hiding.
This is an amazing find.
Inside the must-see movie of the year.
Oh, my God.
District 9. Own it on Blu-ray December 22nd. The best way to watch movies at home ever.
I'm here with Troy Polamalu. Tell us about the goal line stand.
Well, I owe my great hair to Head & Shoulders. It's for more than just dandruff.
That's not what I asked, Troy.
Isn't it?
No.
Isn't it?
Yes.
Head & Shoulders, 7 benefits, 1 bottle.
Head & Shoulders, the shampoo that tackles more than just dandruff, presents NFL hair-raising hits. After Pittsburgh's Daniel Sepulveda punted to Cleveland's Joshua Cribbs, his work wasn't over. Cribbs eluded the Steelers' Joe Burnett, but was tracked down by the Pittsburgh punter with a TD-saving tackle.
And Daniel Sepulveda, Bulldogs.
NFL hair-raising hits, brought to you by Head & Shoulders. 7 benefits in 1 bottle. Tackles more than just dandruff.
Monday, what makes How I Met Your Mother the coolest comedy on television? Critics call it hilarious.
Guess who?
Yeah! It's me! Sitcom magic start to finish.
Does she know that girl over there? No, I don't think so. No, in fact, I have definitely... Oh, hey, it's Meg!
How I Met Your Mother, Monday on CBS.
2 minutes to play, first half in Kansas City. Chiefs 24, Browns 20. Kansas City with a 2nd and 4 at the 40-yard line. Shotgun formation, handoff to Charles. And Jamal Charles picks up 5 yards, enough for a first down. Clock is moving down to 1:50 to play in this second quarter.
Plenty of time here. Matt Cassel's done a nice job today orchestrating this no-huddle attack. And boy, it hasn't helped. It hasn't hurt, but he's got this guy back, Dwayne Bowe up top.
Cassel to throw. And he's got Dwayne Bowe short of the marker. Bowe hauls it in. We met, our group did, with Dwayne Bowe on Friday, and what did he say? The show is back.
Yeah.
Bowe's got a lot of confidence out there.
Yeah, he said he's got fresh legs. He's going to have a big day. But they face so much double coverage when they face the Browns. They play a lot of 2-man.
Flag is down as Charles scampers out of bounds. Penalty markers and some pushing and shoving as Cassel just got into it with David Bowens. So multiple flags on that play. As Cassel got to the outside with Charles, a penalty marker came down, and then one came through at the end of the play. Gene Steratore just sorting out the numbers.
Both teams on the play. Illegal use of the hands. Hands to the face, number 96, defense. Holding, offense, number 83. Those penalties offset. Replay, second down.
Well, if you're Jamal Charles, you got to like it when your quarterback is out in front. Watch Matt Cassel. Watch him get a block here on Bowens. Wasn't a great block, but he made an effort. Now watch this. Now he gets pushed. He's actually going to come back and try and push him back. That's good to see Matt Cassel. A little effort there trying to help out your back in the running game.
Shotgun formation on a 2nd and 2 now for Kansas City. And releasing out of the backfield is Charles. He's got a first down. What an impressive day This 22-year-old Jamal Charles is having 8-yard gain through the air. He's just shy of 100 yards on the ground. Charles now has 2 catches for 16 yards.
Well, he's so fast. You just want to make sure you put it in a position where you get to the transition of the run.
Just over a minute to go. First half. Cassel in the pocket. Guns it over the middle, incomplete. In the direction of tight end Leonard Pope. It'll be 2nd and 10 now for Kansas City.
Well, you know, the big thing is when I study Matt Cassel, I just think he needs to eliminate the 2 or 3 bad decisions that seem to hold him back in this offense each week. And, you know, not throwing it away and taking the sack or that untimely interception. If he can just clean those 2 things up, those 2 areas of his game, I think he can really be a fine quarterback.
Shotgun for Cassel. Rush is coming, and Cassel gets devoured. First sack of the day for the Cleveland defense. They had 8 in a victory last week over the Pittsburgh Steelers. Matt Roth. Timeout taken by Kansas City.
Well, you're going to see pressure up the middle here. You can see Roth. He beats the center, Rudy Niswanger, and doesn't get any help inside from Andy Altman. Not a good job there up front by the Chiefs passing that off. This guy really has come in and played really well for this defense. Marcus Bernard, we talked about him, the undrafted rookie. He had a couple sacks. Rob Ryan, he said, I'll use anybody who's available. He was so excited to get Matt Roth a couple weeks ago. He said, hey, we just got him on Thursday. He's going to be our best player on Sunday.
Well, it's funny. We talked to Matt Roth about that. He said, look, when I got waived, obviously it was a whirlwind for me. I knew that I could start for another team in the NFL. He felt that. He just didn't think he would be starting 4 days after being waived.
Yeah, and what did Mangini tell us? He said, listen, I knew how tough he was from having played against him in New York. He just used to beat up our tight ends all the time.
Cassel after the timeout, throwing underneath to Leonard Pope, and he is spilled out at the 40-yard line. Right back to the original line of scrimmage. Mike Adams with the stick, and it's a 7-yard gain. 35 seconds left in this first half. And another timeout taken. Todd Haley mentioned he wants Matt Cassel to play with a chip on his shoulder. He wants him, how should we say it? Don't be as nice a guy as you probably are day to day.
Yeah, I think we're finding out about Matt Cassel and his toughness. I mean, it hasn't been easy. I think he's learning how to deal with adversity. You know, you think about him last year. I mean, he's got no one to lean on right now. I mean, last year he was a role player in New England. He had players like Moss and Welker, Seymour and Brewski. Now it's all on him. And I think that my big thing with him, I think he needs to demand more from his teammates. I think it's unacceptable to have 39 drops. 47 offensive penalties. I mean, 39 drops. I think you need to demand more out of your teammates. That starts in practice every day.
Kansas City used the timeout. Not exactly sure why. They stopped the clock with 35 seconds left. Maybe just wanted to talk things over on 4th down. But Dustin Colquitt comes on to punt it. And Josh Cribbs is not going to get an opportunity to touch it. Touched up out near the 20-yard line. It's a 21-yard punt. Now the Browns have 26 seconds to work with here. Well, got some wild stuff in this first half, including Joshua Cribbs setting the new all-time record for kickoff returns for a touchdown. Then the Browns give it back on special teams. Studebaker, the recovery in the end zone, but guess who? Cribbs again, his 2nd kickoff return for a touchdown in the first half.
Well, if I'm Steve Hoffman, the special teams coach of the Chiefs, I better have a plan here in the second half. I don't think I'm going to kick the ball to Josh Cribbs in the second half.
And apparently the Browns are just going to take a knee. They're not going to chance anything themselves for the final 20-plus seconds of this first half. Kansas City with a 24-20 lead over the Cleveland Browns here at Arrowhead. Josh Cribbs, 2 touchdowns on kickoff returns to give him 8 touchdowns for his career, the all-time leader. We'll come back with a Sprint halftime report after this message and a word from your local station. You're watching the NFL on CBS, home of Super Bowl 44.
Don't miss The Big Bang Theory, Monday after 2.5 Men, only CBS.
You are watching NFL Sunday Ticket.
Want to transform your room? Get a Fathead. A Fathead is an enormous graphic that sticks to your wall. Life-size athletes, gigantic logos, and much more. Log on to fathead.com, where you'll find hundreds of images. And right now, when you buy any Fathead, we'll give you a second one for a half price. And that's not all. For a limited time, when you enter the code at the bottom of your screen, we'll ship your entire order for free. Go to fathead.com while this offer's still good and transform your room with Fathead.
San Diego's hoping for a divisional title this holiday season. Tennessee's looking to steal a win from under their tree. Chargers Titans, Christmas at 7, a special holiday edition of Thursday Night Football on NFL Network. You want the NFL? Go to the NFL.
Of all the holidays, this is the season of sharing, when even the smallest gesture can bring warmth to your heart. So, in the spirit of giving, Hyundai is spreading a little extra comfort and joy. Now, during Hyundai holidays, you can get 0% APR financing for up to 60 months on a 2010 Sonata. And make no payments for 90 days. Plus, you'll get America's best warranty and the peace of mind of Hyundai Assurance. See? You're not that hard to shop for.
I'm James Brown in New York. Coming up on the Sprint Halftime Report, all the scores and highlights as Week 15 continues in the NFL. The Sprint Halftime Report is next.
Wisconsin rallies to win. The long desperation by Davis. Leading up, counted on the 5. A record crowd to see the championship. North Carolina is the 2009 national champion.
Run your fantasy football league with the most powerful league manager on the web. Brought to you by Sprint, official wireless service sponsor of the NFL. Visit cbssports.com/commissioner.
He came back for another shot at the playoffs. You can too. NFL.com Fantasy Playoff Challenge is back. It's free. And you could win a trip to Super Bowl 45. You thought the fantasy season was over. Sign up now at NFL.com/fantasy. You want the NFL? Go to the NFL. San Diego's hoping for a divisional title this holiday season. Tennessee's looking to steal a win from under their tree. Chargers Titans on NFL Network. You want the NFL? Go to the NFL.
CBS Sports presents the Sprint Halftime Report. This is the NFL Now, only from Sprint, only on the Now Network.
And welcome back to New York in Studio 43. I'm James Brown with the rollicking, fun-loving Christmas guys, Dan, Coach, Shannon, and Boomer. Boomer is going to take us through what Joshua Cribbs did in the first half.
Wow.
Boom.
All right,
Take
boys, fasten your seatbelts because here it comes. Okay. Joshua Cribbs, 100 yards. Watch the broken tackles right here. This is his 7th career kickoff return for a TD.
2, 3.
That's the most in NFL history. He's going to add on to that a little bit later, but what a terrific run back right there by Joshua Cribbs. Now comes Jamal Charles, right? Larry Johnson, he's out of Kansas City. Why? Because of this young man right here. He's going to take it 47 yards. Wow, there you go. 17-13, the Chiefs. And then on a Browns punt, a poor snap. Here comes.
Get on the ball!
Come on, that punter, man. You got to get on that ball. Athletic. Easy. Now, listen, Todd Haley, I know you never played football before in your life, but even you have to know as the head coach, don't kick it to Joshua Cribbs. Why? Because he's going to return for a touchdown. That's 8 career kickoff returns. That's the most in NFL history.
Never played football?
Second time, 2 in the same game. That's the 9th player to do it. Joshua Cribbs, just stop kicking him the ball, Todd.
Coach, the kicker didn't jump on that ball.
No, I know.
Gosh.
Joshua Cribbs is special.
Ahead,
Tom Brady, he gets off to a rough start. Paul Posluszny is going to intercept this ball early. Buffalo's going to get a field goal out of it. But then Tom Brady's going to find Randy Moss early in this game, finds him often, 4 catches, 54 yards, 1 touchdown here from 13 yards out. And then he's going to get a little bit of pressure here by Aaron Schobel, who's just trying to get to the quarterback. He's actually blocked. Nothing here. Tom's looking for a penalty. There isn't one. But I'll tell you, Buffalo in the first half had 8 penalties for 104 yards. Maroney over, and now into the third quarter, it's 14-3 New England.
Wow, Patriots have won the last 12 meetings, including 5 straight in Buffalo. Dolphins and Titans, Dan.
All right, here we go. Vince Young early, play action. He's looking deep for Bo Scaife down the sideline. Watch this play. Ball gets tipped up near, batted.
Sweet
Hey, Vontae Davis picks it up. He's bringing it back the other way, cuts back inside. Oh, look out, look out. Whoa, Vince Young, here he comes. Big tackle, Vince Young. That must have upset him because he comes back. Time to throw in the pocket. Just engaged. 22-yard touchdown. Vince Young, 7-15, 150 yards. Nice touch on this pass, too, by Vince Young. The just engaged again. 21-yard touchdown. Vince Young on fire in the first half.
Ricky Williams' first 1,000-yard rushing season since 2003. Falcons and Jets, boom.
All right, Mark Sanchez has thrown 2 interceptions in the first half. Here's the first one to Thomas DeCue. Right there, you don't want to throw that ball late down the sideline. DeCue, that's right. But then Mark Sanchez is going to come back. He's going to show you he has like a memory like Dan Marino. He forgets everything, right? Because he's going to throw the ball right down the middle of the field.
Nice little float
65 yards, that floater right down the middle. There's a touchdown. The Jets have screwed up twice on field goals they've missed. But how about Darrelle Revis right there? Great play, one of the best cornerbacks in football. Rex Ryan says he might be the best player he's ever coached. I don't know about that because you got Ed Reed. 7-3 at halftime, and of course Ray Lewis.
No question about it. Cards and Lions.
And Rod Woodson. There you go.
Dennis Norcutt.
He's got it. He's got it.
He coughed it up. LaRon Stevens, Howley, and the 1-yard TD pass to the best hands in football.
Good
Larry Fitzgerald, 7-0 early. Dante, throw this ball down the middle of the field. Okay, Coach, I ain't go. Boy, I told you, throw this ball down the middle of the field, and Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie makes him pay. Where you going?
he blew a sneaker, huh?
Jim Hightower, 1-yard TD run, 17-0 Arizona. His GPS tracking must be off or something.
Oh, gosh.
You guys okay now?
We got it.
All right, here you go. Steven Jackson, he breaks it to the outside. He goes down the sideline, 35 yards. This sets up a St. Louis field goal game at 3-3 right there. Matt Schaub drops back, flow one way. He's looking for his big guy, Andre Johnson, 49 yards down the field. Big catch. That sets up a Houston field goal. Then St. Louis, Keith Knoll, not Chuck, Keith, find Danny Amendola for a touchdown. That's my man. Danny Boy for a touchdown.
Look at him. Dan Marino is
so
focused.
funny? What is so funny?
Danny is focused. He's not going to let you mess with him. All right, second half of the Browns in KC right after this.
We tried. We couldn't get you, Dan.
CBS Sports presents the Sprint Halftime Report. This is the NFL Now, only from Sprint, only on the Now Network.
CSI Miami, Monday, only CBS.
You are watching NFL Sunday Ticket.
Some people just know how to build things well. Give you and your loved ones an expertly engineered Mercedes-Benz. At the winter event going on now. But hurry, the offer ends January 4th.
Track 3 games while watching a 4th and previewing the next. While following 3D drive charts, watching player highlights and rating players as you chat with some guy about Tio in Buffalo and down Chicago-style pizza in New York. While catching Palomalu rob the Titans in Pittsburgh. NFL Game Center only at NFL.com. You want the NFL? Go to the NFL.
We started with over 1 billion colors. Generously added more than 2 million liquid crystal pixels. Combined 960 backlighting LEDs with 240 flawless scenes per second. Made it 50% more energy efficient. And it all came down to one thing. The new 55-inch True LED from Vizio. Superior picture performance. Superior price from America's #1 LCD HD TV company.
CBS Sports presents the Sprint Halftime Report. This is the NFL Now, only from Sprint, only on the Now Network.
College football's second winningest coach, the legendary Bobby Bowden, coaches his final game at Florida State against West Virginia. The Conaca Minolta Gator Bowl, New Year's Day on CBS.
Sun Life Financial has never taken government bailout money, yet no one knows our name. That's about to change.
So you'll pay for the tour, but I have to change my name.
No, you're still KC, but from now on, they will be the Sun Life Band.
It's funky.
Sooner or later, you'll know our name. Sun Life Financial.
Earlier on the NFL Today.
We know Tony Romo in the past has had problems in December. Well, so far, he hasn't thrown an interception in December, 6 touchdowns.
Phillip Rivers doesn't get the recognition that he deserves, but he is unbelievable.
Monday night does not bode well for the New York Giants going down to Washington, D.C.
The New York Giants are a desperate team. They're going to play inspired football come Monday night. Watch them down in D.C.
You know what? You're not coaching us, buddy. Coach.
The NFL Today, Sundays at noon.
Storylines in the first half. Jamal Charles continuing what has been an impressive run for the Chiefs. Not so special teams for Cleveland on one end, turning into a Kansas City touchdown, but very special return man, Joshua Cribbs. 2 kickoff returns for a touchdown in the first half. And it's halftime, 24-20. Kansas City with the lead as we get ready for third quarter action here in Arrowhead. Ian Eagle along with Rich Gannon. We know that Rich is a very humble guy. He's a 4-time Pro Bowler. He's an MVP. And it is his birthday. Guys, please, pass it along. I know you want no part of this, but look at this.
That, huh?
This is actually a fire hazard for us to light it. So
I'm allergic to chocolate. Did you know that?
No. Oh, guys, get rid of this. Yeah, no, get rid of that. We'll get a different
very
cake.
Nice gesture. Thank you very much.
Birthday,
Appreciate it,
bud.
pal. Appreciate it. It's good working with you. What a great game.
Great game. It's turned out to be actually pretty exciting in this first half, and a lot of it not necessarily the norm that you're accustomed to in terms of scoring.
Well, you know what, a great first half of football offensively for Kansas City. I really